Hey there, I am Dr. Dave, Microdose U. Welcome to episode 9 of 2026, where we are making this our absolute best year ever. And today we're going to be talking about strains of psilocybin mushrooms. Because if you're microdosing right now, or even thinking about it, at some point you've probably asked yourself this question: what strain is the best? Everyone asks this question, or most people do. Many people do, I should say. By the way, the examples of strains I'm going to be giving you are all under the species called Psilocybe cubensis. It looks like psilocybe, but I think it is pronounced psilocybe. Psilocybe cubensis. Some pretty popular strains out there that you may have heard of are Golden Teacher, Penis Envy. And wait a minute, this is not porn. This isn't, but it's called Penis Envy because the mushroom itself resembles that's what it resembles. So I don't want to make sure you think I'm going weird on you or anything. For the new people that have never heard of that, there's a strain called B+, there's albino A+, and there are too many to mention. Those are some of the common ones from microdosing, but there are a lot more. And somewhere in your mind, there's a hope that getting the right strain is going to be the thing that changes everything. It's going to change your life. So listen up for a second. Strains are real. Different strains can definitely have different potency levels. Growing conditions matter, storage matters, all of that. But here's the part that people don't necessarily love hearing. Strains are not the reason your life changes. Now, do you remember what is? I've told you this in the past several episodes. What is the most important thing with magic mushrooms that is going to change your life? I'll give you a second. Do you know the answer? The most important thing, it's consistency. So before we talk a little bit more about that, let's go through some of the most common strains so you understand what people usually mean when they describe them. Okay, so probably, I guess inarguably, the most common strain of Psilocybe cubensis, of magic mushrooms, is Golden Teacher. It's the most talked about. People often describe it as balanced, clear, grounded. It's a good all-around experience and definitely a beginner level strain for sure. I mentioned Penis Envy in the intro. Penis Envy is known as being a more potent strain. It's much stronger by weight, and some people say it feels deeper or heavier. Even at smaller doses, it can feel fairly strong. There's something called B+. It's often described as gentle and beginner friendly for sure. Smooth, less emotionally intense. There's one called Melmac. That comes out of the Penis Envy lineage, and it's often considered strong and pretty potent by weight. Maquila Gorilla. Some of these names are great. Maquila Gorilla. It's another one that gets a lot of attention. It's described as powerful and intense at full doses, and tends to get a lot of hype online. Another one, Ghost. Ghost is talked about as a very potent and clean feeling strain at high doses. So, which strain is best for you? I actually went into my Patreon group, and I've talked to you about them before. What a great group of people. And I asked them, I went right to some of the people that are extremely knowledgeable. And I asked them what were their favorite strains for microdosing. And let me read what some of them said. So Matthew from the group said, first, I'd like to say I love my first experience the most. Like many, I've been told Golden Teacher is my one and first passion that brought me to this great community. So that's one vote for Golden Teacher right there. Brian also says Golden Teacher feels more forgiving and balanced, gentle enough for your very first microdose when you're a little bit nervous or anxious. Matthew answered that one. He said, I agree. It has many ways of reaching out to you, and it's 100% attached to your feelings and vibes along with passion. Jeannie, also, and I didn't really prompt them. I just said, "What's your favorite strain?" And now they're all saying Golden Teacher. Jeannie also said Golden Teacher was my first and most consistently accessible strain for me. Unless I take too much, I get a little lift and no undesirable effects. William says Toke F9 is my newest favorite. I've got to be totally honest with you guys. I'm not familiar with that strain, Toke F9, because there are so many strains out there, and there's no way that I could tell you I'm familiar with even most of them. They're just too many out there. So I'm admitting I don't. But I'm going to get to this a little bit later in the episode. You don't have to be a strain expert to have psilocybin or magic mushrooms change your life, and I'm going to share with you why. But he says it's his newest favorite. It's nearly 30 milligrams of psilocybin per gram, so it's a solid microdose. It's pretty strong. It's intense. And William is he's one of the guys in our group who's extremely experienced, not only in microdosing, but macrodosing. So if you ever join Patreon, make sure you get together with William. He'll help you through many things. He's a member that has that talks about both micro and macrodosing. If you want to join Patreon, by the way, I got to tell you, just go to the show notes or go to my website microdoseu.com. Click on the Patreon tab or go to the show notes. There's a link for it. It is a community that, again, I can't begin to describe because it's something out there there's nothing out there like it. I guarantee you. It's a family. It's a group of people that we all help each other. And if you truly want to change your life in 2026, I'm going to highly recommend joining Patreon. It is $12.50 a month. But again, like I say, what is that, like maybe 3 cups of coffee at the local cafe? I mean, what's more important? Changing your life or drinking some coffee? Or you could do both. You could actually do both. So yeah, thanks to some of our Patreon people for helping us out on that. Now, here is the important truth. You don't have to be a strains expert to be a successful microdoser. I'm admitting that I am not a strains expert. And not only am I a microdoser for close to 5 years, but I've been podcasting about it and helping people for close to the 5 years of that. But am I a strains expert? Absolutely not. Has it changed my life? 100%. My depression and anxiety are gone. And you don't have to know the name of every single strain. Believe me on that one. At microdose levels, most of these differences are not that important. At a microdose level, now if you're macrodosing, it's probably a different story. They do make a difference for sure. But at microdose levels, no, it's not that big of a deal. So whether you're taking 100 milligrams, 75 milligrams, or 150, you're not getting the full personality of the strain. Again, with a microdose, it doesn't matter that much. You're getting subtle increases in neuroplasticity, subtle changes in awareness. The species is Psilocybe cubensis. The compound is called psilocybin. Your nervous system is what determines the experience far more than the strain, far more than the name of the mushroom. And if you switch strains every month looking for magic, you're going to be repeating the same exact pattern that we talked about last episode 8. You're overthinking instead of building the rhythm that you need to make this successful. You're searching instead of stabilizing, and that keeps you in a loop. Now, again, I'm not saying that strains don't matter at all. Potency matters. Like if you move from a strain like Golden Teachers to Penis Envy and keep the exact same weight, yeah, you might feel some more intensity. Sure. Because Penis Envy is stronger by weight than Golden Teachers. So what we do, we adjust slowly. But what changes your year this year, 2026, what changes your year is not chasing strain personality. What changes your year is picking something reasonable and staying consistent long enough for your nervous system to learn. 4 days on, about 5 days on, it could be 3 days on, whatever. I told you it's not that crucial. A couple days off, same dose, same strain. Do it for 4 to 6 weeks or more, and then you assess. That's how you gather the real data. And let's zoom out for a second. As I said earlier, this is week 9 of 2026. If this is truly going to be your best year yet, it's not going to be because you found some mythical strain. It's going to be because you stopped hopping from thing to thing, and it's going to be because you built rhythm. You see, anxiety wants novelty. Depression wants escape. But growth wants repetition. Microdosing supports growth when you stop constantly resetting the experiment. So here's your practice for this week. If you're microdosing, ask yourself honestly, am I building consistency, or am I chasing something all over the place and changing all the time? If you're new and about to start, pick one strain. Not the rarest one, not the most esoteric one, not the one that is hyped by a few people online. No, just pick a reliable strain. As I said, our trusted sources on Patreon use some of the best strains for microdosing. You don't have to use your brain. They do the work for you. Again, I trust my trusted sources that we've been working with for many years now. And the medicine they use on their websites are some of the best. And I don't obsess over what strain they're using, because these people are much more experienced than I am. They're the ones that are growing it. They're the ones that are growing it for people that are microdosing, and they know a lot more than I do. So I trust the strains they use. I use them. Our followers, our Patreon group uses them, and we're getting great results. So even though this episode is talked about different strains, you don't need to know even one name of a strain. You don't have to. You could just go on to our trusted sources and order from them and trust, because we vetted them, trust that they're using the best strains out there for microdosing. Again, it's a total no-brainer. And also, if you're not sure, if you have questions, come onto our WhatsApp on Patreon. It's the Patreon platform, our WhatsApp platform, and ask them questions. Our trusted sources are hanging with us there, and they're asked questions and they answer them all the time. So again, there's no way we can make it any easier than this. You could try to do this all on your own, but I'm going to argue that for $12.50 a month, it turns into a total no-brainer with the best trusted sources out there. So why wouldn't you do that? Why would you take anything else to chance of getting ripped off, getting something that's subpar of a product? I mean, there's so many problems you could get yourself into if you're not dealing with a source that you totally understand what they're doing and trust them and know what you're getting a good strain for microdosing. So once you go into our Patreon, you pick a trusted source, you pick a strain, you pick your medicine. Just commit to it for a while. Don't even worry about the strain. Don't worry about it. Just commit to it. Let your nervous system do the work. Because, like I said, the strain is not the thing that's going to change your life. The consistency will change your life. What strain do I like? If you ask me that question, I like the strain that comes from our trusted sources, because I trust them and it works. So if you stay with this, if you build the rhythm, instead of chasing novelty, and a lot of people do that. A lot of people just spend all of their time worrying about the strain and nothing ever happens. So if you do that, you'll look back, I promise you this, you'll look back at the end of the year and you'll realize something. that it wasn't the name of the mushroom. It was the discipline. It was the awareness. It was the small, consistent steps. That's how we make this year our best year ever. And I'm totally and fully committed, and I'm not going to stop until we make this our best year ever. I've got a brand new episode every Wednesday. It comes out on YouTube and Apple, Spotify, wherever you like to get your podcast, it's there. It's Microdose U. We're building on each episode this year in order to make this year our best year ever. And Dr. Denise Moret, my friend and colleague, if you're a woman, make sure you check out her episodes here on the same channel that come out every Sunday. It's Women's Health for Microdosing. So I really hope to see you back next week. We've got another great episode, and every single thing I'm doing this year is geared to making this our best year ever. You know why? Because you're valuable. You matter. You matter a lot to me. I am Dr. Dave. Some people these days call me Uncle Dave. Whatever you want to call me is fine. The most important thing to me is that you're here. I'll see you next week.